Oh boy, these AI immigration videos are getting a little bit unhinged.
Finalists on the line for the men's hopping border walls. 15 feet of steel ahead of them.
Set.
And they're off!
Why are we going through this type of insanity? As of course, you should have seen the other video that I was potentially wanting to show you. As of course, we have to talk about H-1B visas, an important topic that it looks like the President of the United States and administration just once again flip-flopped on. As of course, if you remember, about almost exactly 1 year, there was a major debate, a major conversation between Vivek Ramaswamy, Elon Musk, and everyone else as Donald Trump got involved and then took the side of Vivek and Elon Musk. As right now, Donald Trump is doubling down and talking about his support of H-1B visas. Now, why does this matter? Well, there's also an executive order that kind of contradicts what the President of the United States says. And I think we have a reason why, as there's a lot of important talking points here, specifically from Charlie Kirk, as a lot of people are saying, Trump's latest comments, especially about the 600,000 students, the latest kind of moves and maneuvers he's making that really aren't kind of prioritizing America, are highlighting an era where Charlie Kirk no longer is there to push back against it. And I wanted to highlight some of what Charlie Kirk has been saying about this particular issue, as of course he's no longer here with us, but Jack Posobiec is retweeting him today, specifically about the H-1B scam that he previously called out, as there's a lot of other people also talking about this very important issue and seem to be in line with each other. Nick Fuentes also had some very interesting comments surrounding all of this as Laura Ingraham pressed the President of the United States, and we got some very interesting answers from the president that we're going to be talking about and showing you in this video, as well as all the other clips. And if you appreciate these type of conversations, subscribe, click the notification button. We greatly appreciate all the time that, of course, you spend with us. Now, outside of the ridiculousness, I think there definitely does deserve to be a real conversation about what in the world is happening right now. We're talking about 600,000 Chinese students. We're talking about 50-year mortgages. We're not doing anything about leftists that are preventing people from expressing their speech at places like UC Berkeley. We are prioritizing one specific country and group of people and saying, you dare not criticize these people, while, of course, anti-white rhetoric and education and institutions and policies are still largely at play here. As right now, a lot of people believe H-1Bs are one of those policies that take away jobs and opportunities from the American people. As just a few minutes ago, the Department of Homeland Security, Kristi Noem, came out and says, hey guys, we are naturalizing more people than any other administration before. Quote, more people are becoming citizens. And people are like, wait, we're importing more people? That comes at a specific cost that, of course, Donald Trump previously was talking about here, as the deportation numbers, from what I've been seeing, still haven't been publicly released, as people are questioning how many people are actually getting deported. And now here comes this Laura Ingraham clip with Donald Trump. And shouts out to Laura Ingraham, because she actually held the president's feet to the fire here. She actually came out and asked a hard, legitimate question. Here's the interview that now is being shared around by everyone. As even Shuan Head, who is a leftist liberal, came out. How am I on the right of Donald J. Trump here?
There's never going to be a country like what we have right now.
And does that mean
the Republicans have to talk about it, Laura.
And does that mean the H-1B visa thing will not be a big priority for your administration? Because if you want to raise wages for American workers, you can't flood the country with tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of foreign workers.
She's right, because the more people you flood in, this is the Koch brothers plan, by the way, that a lot of liberals are just sold on, and they love it. And they loved helping out major corporations, because if you want to decrease the cost of labor, you want to make it cheap. David Rockefeller knew about this. This is why he was a pioneer in the feminist movement, because he was like, yeah, we could double the workforce. We could lower wages. Housing goes up. Our property that we own is going to become more expensive. More people are going to have less families, are going to be more divided. Great. Awesome plan. And of course, Edward Bernays and now the relatives of it run Facebook, run Netflix, it's going to be Ford. All that stuff, without getting into the deep kind of conspiracy lore of it here, but it's pretty clear. More people in, wages down, housing up. And that's been an issue that people have been dealing with in this country for a very long time. And Donald Trump is like, yeah, more of that, please. And I'm like, wait, what?
Also do have to bring in talent. When
we
a
have
country
plenty of talented people
no, you
here.
don't. No, you don't.
Okay, now this is the issue that a lot of people are kind of getting peeved off about. What do you mean, no, you don't? We don't have talent? We're talking about... Wait. We don't have talent? We have some of the biggest, most important universities in the world. We have the most amazing, incredible country in the world, and then you're telling people you don't have talent? Come on.
We don't have talented people here?
No, you don't have certain talents, and people have to learn.
Now he clarifies, you don't have certain talents and people need to learn. Yeah, we should be.
You can't take people off an unemployment line and say, I'm going to put you into a factory where we're going to make missiles, or I'm going to put
How did we ever do it before?
Well,
When you and I were
I'll give you
growing
an
up.
example. In Georgia, they raided because they wanted illegal immigrants out. They had people from South Korea that made
Hyundai.
batteries all their lives. You know, making batteries are very complicated. It's not an easy thing. It's very dangerous. A lot of explosions, a lot of problems. They had like 500 or 600 people, early stages, to make batteries and to teach people how to do it. Well, they wanted them to get out of the country. You're going to need that, Laura. I mean, I know you and I disagree on this. You can't just say a country's coming in, going to invest $10 billion to build a plant, and going to take people off an unemployment line who haven't worked in 5 years, and they're going to start making missiles.
Now, again, that's a very kind of negative viewpoint of the American people. Like, oh yeah, the American people are just on unemployment. They're not working. We also have to understand we're going towards an AI revolution, a robotics technocratic revolution, where there's not going to be any jobs around. All right. And with that, adding and importing more people in, decreasing the wages. Do you see the tens of thousands of people that were just recently fired from a lot of the major corporations, not just Amazon, right before the holiday season when people are usually brought in? Tens of thousands are being fired. That's a big alarm bell. Ding, ding, ding. Like, economy's in trouble. Jobs are going away. And there's even talks about Amazon laying off 500,000 people. Big numbers, huge numbers here. Now, the proper approach here, I would say, is you try to create trade schools for specific trades in America for American people where you could train people. Obviously, some people do have different talents, and to, steel man this, yes, it is imperative for the United States to have the strongest, the best, most amazing people. And I understand that argument, but just saying, no, that's not you, America. We're not going, and again, there could be a multi-pronged, multiple type of approach here. And I just thought maybe the president was a little bit careless with his words here, and he should have been a little bit more careful, in my personal opinion. Now, again, people responding here are pretty interesting. As we have Riri Finder says, you have to admit it without having a meltdown. This is Riri. George Alexanopoulos, G Prime 85, he does great work, saying, crazy idea. What if we train Americans to do the job? That's the nuanced approach here. Train Americans. In the meantime, okay, if you need special industries, okay, sure. And this is why Donald Trump's U.S. immigration authorities started to issue 100,000 H-1B visa fee for some workers. Now, who gets the fee, who doesn't get the fee? I think a lot of this is still kind of unknown here. But we saw during this type of executive order signing that President Trump says, hey, we are making sure that there's a fee that companies are going to now be forced to hire American. Okay, if you're saying that, why are you still defending this program? and what are the exemptions and what companies are getting these kind of exemptions here. As Howard Lutnick said, yeah, we want to make sure that people coming out of the universities are getting these jobs. Who's coming out of the universities? 600,000 Chinese students. As of course, now I wanted to talk about the Charlie Kirk component. And before getting into his takes here, that people like Jack Posobiec are retweeting and bringing up here, as well as the kind of interesting flip-flop from Elon Musk surrounding all of this. Before talking about that and a lot more, we just quickly and concisely wanted to remind you, sign up to lukeunfiltered.com. It's quick, it's simple, it's easy, 20 cents a day, $8 a month. It means the world to me, as of course that allows us to continue this independent media operation. I would rather beg and grovel than take foreign influence money. And because of you, I'm able to work for you one-on-one directly. And it doesn't cost a lot, and you get a lot of really cool, incredible things. 13 years of exclusive videos. You get access to me one-on-one in the Telegram chat, 3 master classes, and a lot of other stuff. Sign up right now. LukeUnfiltered.com. Prices are going to be going up, but you get to be a part of our official, unofficial type of media organization, and it's always a pleasure and joy to get to know a lot of you guys personally. LukeUnfiltered.com. Sign up right now. All right, let's get back to this, because I thought this was the most interesting response out of this, saying the death of Charlie Kirk might have actually cost us the election and our future. I'm not kidding. This is so effing bad. Responding to Donald Trump, saying, yeah, 600,000 Chinese students coming to the United States is pro-MAGA. Now, one person who stood up against a lot of these policies and prioritized a lot of policies for America and American people was Charlie, as Jack Posobiec just retweeted, saying Charlie knew. And he retweeted Charlie when he was still alive on August 3rd, saying, let's end the H-1B scam. The time is now. Congress needs to get a bill to the president's desk. Palmer Luckey, by the way, had some interesting comments to say about this entire program. And he talked about how it's being used in Silicon Valley, an institution that Donald Trump is also doing a lot of favors for.
Of course, there's so much H-1B abuse. You would not believe what I saw when I was in Silicon Valley. It is insane. It's obviously a program to try and replace U.S. workers with basically slave labor that can't ever escape. The H-1B abuse is crazy. Of course.
Yeah. As of course, when you're working and your immigration status is based on your employment, you're not gonna rock the boat. Hey, you're gonna work extra shifts. Yeah, of course. Don't deport me. I like living here. Now, this debate was already hashed out in the minds of the American people, and there was some kind of flip-flops. And then I think the reputational damage of Vivek Ramaswamy still hasn't been the same. Like, he kind of left Twitter after this major fight and argument. He's now running to be a governor. Donald Trump just endorsed him. And Donald Trump took the side of Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy. But Elon Musk even says, hey, let's figure out how we could make this work for the American people and everyone else here. Now, Jack Posobiec tweeted another tweet of Charlie Kirk saying, quote, this is the social compact breaking down. We need urgency to restore it. 1, mass deportations. 2, stop the H-1B scam. 3, dramatically reduce legal migration. Now, it looks like this administration is saying, look, we're going to have a lot of legal migration, more than all the other administrations before then. People are becoming citizens.
What is the administration's position on these visas?
No, we're going to keep using our visa programs. We're just going to make sure that they have integrity, that we're actually doing the vetting of the individuals who come into this country, that they want to be here for the right reasons, that they're not supporters of terrorists and
that they don't criticize foreign policy of one specific country in the Middle East.
Organizations that hate America. And that's what I think is so remarkable is under the Trump administration, we've sped up our process and added integrity to the visa programs, to green cards, to all of that. But also more people are becoming naturalized under this administration than ever before. More people are becoming citizens because we're not just streamlining and building some processes back into our immigration policy.
Now listen. What's happening here with Donald Trump is, of course, he's speaking out against a lot of these kind of core issues and core principles that a lot of America First type of individuals do not like. Jack Posobiec also tweeted this. Last December, Charlie Kirk and I discussed the scandal that is the H-1B system and outlined the need for an immigration program that puts the American worker first. Yeah, that would be nice here. Another tweet from Charlie Kirk. I have really good friends on both sides of the H-1B debate. Everyone interested needs to watch this and see how these visas are used to disenfranchise our workers and prioritize foreigners. Yes, foreigners that work, by the way, work for cheap and don't rock the boat and are too afraid of being deported. He goes on and says, also, you should be instantly skeptical of any policy, no matter how well-intentioned, that Ted Kennedy had a hand in creating, especially immigration-related. Nick Fuentes also had some interesting comments about this, as of course he responded to what he calls a Trump betrayal.
Man, oh man, it has been a rough couple of days for Israel First, for the Trump government. Serves you right, you trusted the plan. Ouch. Our featured story tonight, we're going to be talking all about Trump's Fox News interview. You see this? The clips came out yesterday. I think the whole thing aired today. Brutal. Just brutal. The hits keep coming.
And listen, especially after the election that happened just a few days ago, a lot of people have some very serious questions and concerns about the future of this country, the economic outlook, the economic opportunities, especially for all the young people. And they're saying, look, if you're looking at the projection forecast, if you're looking at the weather forecast, rough times are ahead and we need to change course. And Mike Cernovich and other people have accused Donald Trump of having a course during the beginning of their presidency that was very donor focused. And he came out and said, look, the donors are really happy. The donors are getting everything that they want. Foreign policy hawks and all of these other people who have invested in Trump are getting everything that they wanted, right? We have a lot of really cool foreign policy endeavors that the donors are really happy about. And then people are like, what about us? What about the American people? What about dealing with the cost of living? And now Trump's like, what cost of living? There's no cost of living crisis. There is. Tim Pool, everyone in the movement is like, there is. There's a big cost of living crisis. It's getting worse. It's bad. Please help us deal with this. And he's like, best thing we could do is promote more usatory and promote 50-year mortgages. 50 years. Your whole lives. Essentially renting a house from a bank. And I'm like, oh my goodness, this is so out of touch. It's like, yeah, the banks are going to be happy. The interest rates, how much interest are we going to get from this? A lot. Who's going to benefit from this? Not the American people, the big banks that already are getting lower interest rates from the Federal Reserve Bank, that are already a regular system, that already are buying all the properties. Right? And then the young people are like, I have no opportunities here. But the Zokan Mandani guy's telling me he's going to give me free stuff. I need something. I'm going to get something. If I'm getting skinned alive, I need something.
And I'm feeling very good about my decision not to vote. If you watched the interview, you saw the president defend not just the doubling of the number of foreign Chinese students coming to America from roughly 300,000 to 600,000. He said the reason we need them here is so that we can have HBCUs, historically black colleges and universities. We can't kick out all the Chinese students. What would happen to the black colleges then?
Yeah, that's a weird type of take from Donald Trump. He's like, yeah, those black colleges, we need to. And I'm like, there was just like right-wing people that were assaulted, that were robbed, that were chased out of a black college. Do you see Pam Bondi doing a press conference? Do you see Pam Bondi saying we're going to investigate this black college that failed to protect people from having free speech? Nope. There was one incident where a Jewish student got elbowed by a woman. It wasn't even that bad. Pam Bondi's like, we're going to investigate this person. We're going to stop him. We're going to find them. Right? And it's like this girl, it's like she elbows someone. It's like, we're going to get them. Tweeting about it. Fox News, get the Fox News interviews now. Fox News, we need the Fox News interviews now. And I'm like, it's an incident between two individuals arguing with each other. One of them said something distasteful that I didn't like, that I don't endorse, and elbowed him. Or like it was a light shove by a girl against a guy. right? That incident, Fox News interview, tweets, federal justice, Department of DOJ, FBI, all on it. It's like two MAGA white guys are running away from like mass rioters and these like black students like throwing stuff at them. They have to run for their lives. And it's like, yeah, get out of here. Shoo. That's a double standard that, listen, is going to make more people incentivized towards listening to individuals like Nick Fuentes. And there is a hypocrisy that needs to be addressed. And there is the American people that are kind of being left out here, being like, yeah, you're helping out the bankers. Yeah, you're helping out the donor class. Yeah, you're helping out the mega corporations. They're going to have their, they're going to run their scams against us. They're going to hire their foreigners. What do I get? 50-year mortgages. Nice. I don't think that's acceptable. If you agree, share this video. And if you appreciate our videos and our ability to speak out against a lot of the big, powerful forces out there, subscribe to us. 20 cents a day. Seriously. Can't understate how important this is. If enough people do it, we're fully independent. And again, we're not doing that well. We're doing all right. We're not doing that well. We're doing... We could do a lot better. I appreciate, from the bottom of my heart, all of your support. And I can't thank you enough. And this is why I love you guys. Stay tuned for more. All here exclusively on youtube.com/weare.